Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Below the Line. Yes, I'm back with my original microphone. No more AirPods for you guys. I'm back home in Mexico and I'm live with my good friend, Mr. Zach Houston Scott, still live from the Vancouver area. How are you, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Can hear you a lot clearer now. You're definitely can tell your mic is back now that you're in Mexico again.
Yeah, I mean, it was 4 weeks, but I think we gave content to the audience, like insight into the film festival, insight into other stuff. So I hope it was well worth it.
I think so. No, I was pretty sure. We made it work. We always do. Whenever I'm in Calgary or you're traveling the world, we always make the time to do so.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe soon we'll be together.
Sooner than you think.
Yeah,
Foreshadowing. Dun dun
yeah.
dun.
This is scriptwriting 101 foreshadow, so your audience can get something later. We
Definitely.
see who pays attention, don't we, Zach?
Yeah, we do. I think you track the numbers more than I do personally with how people view us or what they like to hear from us and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, people love to hear about movies. That's what they want us. Oh, by the way, we said it last week, but I think we did jinx the Blue Jays.
Yeah, we did. That was a heartbreaker. I after we finished recording, they just dropped the ball. They never came back after that last hit and yeah, that was really unfortunate.
2 outs. It was 2 outs from winning the World Series.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. But I mean, I guess the Blue Jays had a better October than the box office had.
Yeah, definitely more views for baseball than October box office, which suffered the worst weekend in 30 years for October with
Since
last
97.
weekend's. Yeah, since 87. But hey,
97, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? If you're Mason Thames, I mean, you basically secured a feat that Jim Carrey only did back in 1994.
I mean, with How to Train Your Dragon, Regretting You, and Black Phone.
Yeah,
Do you think he'll become a. I'm not. He's a star, but do you think he'll become like a star in the sense like a Timothy Chalamet doing more high profile films with high profile directors?
it needs to be seen still. Like, I'm happy he's been doing like a lot. Like he worked with a Colleen Hoover production. He worked on a remake to one of all the time animated classics, and he did a sequel to his first movie that he came from. So I need more time to really see him develop, like a lot of the younger guys who are now coming out here. So only time will
Yeah, yeah. And McKenna Grace had two movies also, like back to back. She had Regretting You Anniversary. I know nobody saw that one, but she also had two movies back to back.
tell.
And I think
And then
she's in another one soon, coming soon.
McKenna Grace, yeah, Scream 7.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess she's also doing well.
Yeah, that's a young talent to start watching out for, especially in the upcoming future. But it makes me happy. I'm glad to see younger actors starting to take the role from some of the veterans that I think people are not necessarily tired of seeing, but definitely want a bit of a change. So
Yeah. Do you think like the box office itself needs to change? Do you see hope for the rest of the year? Because last year it was survive until 2025. Now it's 2025. The box office has not been improved. There's a rumors that Warner might be bought by Netflix. So, do you see hope? And where does it lie with young filmmakers like us and our peers?
for me personally, well, Warner is selling itself to anyone. Like Paramount's been very aggressive, and I hear Universal wants to get a bid going for them. But a part of me does feel that the tides are shifting with like these big tech companies like Apple and Amazon throwing their hats into the ring with their feature. Like MGM is becoming a player again with their content that they're putting out, and same with like Apple, now that they've had a big success with F1, now they're going to start pumping out more of these to get a wider audience. And even Netflix, now that they've realized, oh, K-pop actually did do well at the box office, maybe they will change their material or their insight and their viewpoint with theatrical releases. I mean, the final
They
episode
are.
of Stranger Things is going to be premiering on Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, sorry, New
No, New
Year's.
Year's. In New Year's, it's the last two episodes that they're going to be theatrically premiering. I wonder if they're doing that in Canada and other parts of the world, or is it a US thing, you know?
Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think it's interesting that Netflix is opening that gap, but I also think they're very strategically, like they're opening the gap with things they know they're going to make money with,
Hmm.
or things that could be Oscars for them because that's what they want.
Yeah,
They don't do it with every show or everything they have. So I think it's interesting. But I'm also afraid with the tech companies because the tech companies can be bored. Like, you know, Apple's business is not to make is films, they make phones. So if they get bored of the film side, they can just Thanos snap it out of existence and all that production goes to who knows where, really.
true.
And the same thing with Amazon. Amazon is an internet provider. Like they do sell books, but that's not even their main hustle at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, they're alternatives, and I mean, they're still bringing in revenue with the amount they're spending with their theatrical and streaming outputs. And I mean, yeah, Amazon does do delivery, but it's also a perk to get Prime Video. And Apple, I mean, they just released one of the best sci-fi dramas to come out all this
Which
year
one?
with oh God, I know that I have to pronounce it. It's called Plurbius. I think that's how you say it.
That's so funny because I mean you're not an Apple guy, right? You don't have an iPhone.
No, no, I'm
It's
not.
so funny because I am an Apple user, and the way they market their shows is terrible. Like the
Oh yeah.
Apple TV UI, it's terrible. Even buying stuff from Apple TV, like the store side, is terrible. So I think they need to get better at that. I was not even aware there was a new show.
No, it's from the creator of Breaking Bad. Like he's
Oh,
just
Vince
he's
Gilligan.
investing. Yeah, Vince Gilligan. So
He's
this is his
back.
new show. Yeah, he's back. So
Is it
clearly,
out?
yeah, it's out now. The first two episodes.
I knew about it, but I didn't know it was Apple. I read he was coming back, but it's nothing like Breaking Bad, right?
No, it's its own thing. It's more
So
sci-fi. It's going back to his roots when he worked on X Files. So
who
I'm very
knows?
excited to see where it goes and continues because yeah, already I'm hooked in to see where it's
Okay,
coming
I'll
from.
watch it tonight. I mean, who knows? Maybe maybe he'll tie it back to Breaking Bad, and this is like a prequel to Breaking Bad.
No, it'd be a sequel because I mean the main actress played a character on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So,
It's a
well, actually, just
multiverse.
Better Call Saul. Kim Wexler.
It's a multiverse of madness. Before we go to our topic, I guess I just wanted to touch on that October thing because I think it's interesting. But amongst those October films that didn't do so well was Shelby Oak. So there was also regional content, and I think people also get worked up with like uh, Jennifer Lawrence's new movie, Die My Love or whatever. She has said some comments that celebrities do not have influence on elections and stuff like that. So I think it's interesting how maybe the tide might be changing towards going back to a 90s style of entertainment. I just thought it's interesting.
No, definitely, I agree
Uh,
with that.
by the way, I've seen the film Die My Love. It's very confusing. It's definitely designed for Cannes, which I guess it did very well because it got 9 minutes standing ovation. But I mean, that's Cannes. That's not like the regular world. It's
That's not
beautifully.
saying much anymore.
I mean, I wish Cannes allowed normal people to go into the films because it's so tied to the industry that yes, I think it's important for the industry to celebrate each other's success, but I think ultimately we don't make movies for the industry, we make them for the people, and if the people cannot see them in these events, I think the reaction can be biased. um, I mean, this film was produced by Scorsese and Jennifer Lawrence. It was shot in Ektachrome, which is E1 processing for Kodak, so it's a positive slide film. The photography, everything looks amazing. Her acting is really good. The script, that's where I was like, what's happening?
I,
So it is one of those movies.
I saw a lot of comparisons to Mother with this movie, another Jennifer Lawrence film that's pretty on the nose with its social commentary.
Ironically, that's what got her casted.
Yeah, which I mean, that's not really a good thing because I didn't like that movie at all. Like Mother, I thought it was too on the nose and just
It
such a
was.
very blunt film. So to me, this just kind of feels more or less the same with Robert Pattinson also being drawn down. So that's
This is about postpartum depression, but it's not really said, and I don't think the script conveys whether she was happy before she had a baby. Like
mm,
that was the issue. And there's this film. I'll give a minor spoiler. Breaks a sacred rule of cinema. Do you want to try and guess which one? It deals
I
with
don't.
animals.
Did it kill an animal?
Yes, but I'm talking about a specific animal that you should not kill in a movie.
A dog? Oh man,
Yes, they
why would
killed a
you
dog.
kill a dog? That's just
They kill a dog. That's like, see, it gets harder to empathize with a character that is willing to kill a dog. So they broke that unwritten rule of cinema: don't kill a dog. You know, I
that's
don't think.
unfortunate.
So um,
Well,
but
my fiance can't watch that movie now, so that's too bad.
it'll give her anxiety. It's like very well directed in the sense that you feel her anxiety, but you don't really understand why, and that's what makes it harder to kind of connect with her, if that makes any sense. And Robert Pattinson just shows up, but he's just there playing like a version of Edward Cullen, kind of. Like he's not as creepy, but he just sits there and things happen around him, and that's it. That's kind of what happens.
That's funny.
I mean, if you
hmm
like cinematography, watch it for that sake, but yeah, it's not my favorite movie.
No, that's too bad. I'm sorry, man. That's unfortunate.
It's okay. You learn.
But let's talk about the big movie of the week, the return of the Predator, with the third outing from Dan Trachtenberg after his previous two movies that came out from the Predator universe, Prey and Killers of Kill. Yeah,
Animated, that one, right?
that one is animated. My company actually worked on it a little bit, so that's a fun fact if you're curious to
I
know more
didn't know
about it.
that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was definitely a fun project that they took on and a lot to do.
Disney Plus.
Yep, Disney Plus, but it didn't deserve to go on Disney Plus, honestly.
That came out this year, right?
It did, yes.
So we had two Predator movies made by the same guy in like the same year.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was not even, I knew of it, but I didn't watch that. And I have
Well,
not seen Prey.
I will say though, even though I haven't seen the new one yet, I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow. That animated one is gonna be tough to beat because it's just basically an anthology of Predator stories taking place in different eras, which like let's be honest, that's all people want with a Predator movie. They just want like them to throw it with hunters and of the time period and see them fight each other.
Well, I guess my question to you is how big of a fan are you from the franchise?
So for me, I like both the Alien and Predator movies. I
Okay,
got
okay, yeah.
introduced to it through Alien versus Predator because it was just such a, I don't know, cool idea. You have these two,
It was the
space
multiverse
aliens.
before it existed.
Yeah, exactly. It was like one of the first crossovers up there with like Terminator versus RoboCop or Freddy versus Jason, where
Yep,
it was these two IPs going at it, but they just fit so well. They were both done by Fox. They both had like similar styles. They both basically were the stars of their own
franchise.
franchise. It was just great. So no, I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of both of them. So, what I wanted to talk about today was basically just both the Predator and Alien movies because both have seen a bit of a resurgence in recent years.
yeah. I mean, I think it's hard because like Predator theatrically was pretty stale. I mean, it was a Shane Black film, the last one that came out
Oh,
before
no,
this
no.
one,
The last one that came out was Prey. Well, actually, even before that
but that was
was
not theatrically.
true. Yes, the last theatrical one was Shane Black, but I want to go back to the beginning before like even that one because I think these
Arnold.
movies are important to talk about in a sense. Um, First being Alien because I just think they are connected one or the other, and
They
just
are. By now, they are.
yeah, and just like the visual style, just like how basically it was just big in terms of like how the character like was low screen presence and was just hitting all the time. To me, it was just such a creepy and very progressive film too, with Sigourney Weaver being the main character and just overall the really cool style that Ridley Scott gave, which he was known for in the 70s and 80s. That unfortunately he has lost over the years, but I mean the guy's pumping out movies 24/7, so I can't really blame him for that.
Well, I think I agree with you in Aliens. I think it's a progressive movie, maybe, but it was never pandering to be progressive, if you know what I mean. Like
No,
compared
definitely.
to some modern examples. I think the film is a film that shines through its limitations. You know, I think Ridley Scott, maybe the reason he doesn't have it is because he has everything. Like the budgets are unlimited. Back then, he was a younger filmmaker, maybe not as established as he is now. I mean, he had not done Gladiator and all his other masterpieces. So I think this film really pushed him to do the best with what he had, and also the lenses they used, like the Canon lenses they use, gave the film a very distinct look, and I think it was creative. Definitely, I don't think they wrote it with a sequel in mind, but who's better to direct a sequel than Jimmy C, James Cameron, baby, and
Yes,
make it from horror to action as he did in that era of film making history. So yeah, I think James Cameron was the perfect candidate to make a sequel. And I think the issue is that maybe the vision of James Cameron and the vision that Ridley Scott had philosophically when it comes to the franchise were very different. And that's what made the subsequent films feel very weird.
definitely. No, I agree with that. And with Aliens, I mean, yes, it is so different, but it just doubles down on the action because we know how scary this character is already. So why not just throw more at it and just make it bigger and brawnier like Terminator 2, double down of what made it scarier and just give into the action, make likable characters. And yeah, no, there's a reason both Alien and Aliens are so well talked about. And it helps too that their characters are just so well written.
Yeah, it's such a shame they killed Newt by the third one.
We don't want to get into that yet
She
because
should have survived.
yeah, what I don't want to get started with the third one because I mean even before that there was the first Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger and it's probably the most ultimate dude bro kind of movie there
It
is.
is a
Like
Dubrow film.
100%. It's like testosterone to the next level
I
like
mean, it's
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold.
It is. He's just saying the one-liners, that meme, "you son of a bitch," and they slap each other. The look of the predator. I mean, come on. It's all just so like just testosterone-filled awesomeness that is just wonderful to watch.
It was
And
also an allegory to Vietnam, I think, at the
oh,
time.
100%.
So,
And the guy ended up directing Die Hard. Like this was like his calling card for that. I mean, he
no
had a
way.
good
I didn't know
selection.
that.
Yeah, John McTiernan. That he did
What else
that.
has he done?
He did the Hunt for Red October. He did the third Die Hard. He doesn't direct much very more, but those are kind of like his best
Die
known
Hard
films.
3, the one about the CI getting hacked with Justin Lund.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Oh, that's a guilty pleasure of mine. I'll
Me
recognize
too.
that.
So,
It was back when Bruce Willis could act. Such a shame that he can't.
yeah, poor guy. I really feel sorry for that disease. But no, it's just even that Predator and just seeing them too again with Predator 2, it does bring it to earth, but it also makes it like known that he's not as scary, but he's still a hunter and it's
Well,
delving
Predator
more into
1 was in Earth, wasn't it?
Predator 1, I think yes, it was. It was just in the jungle, but Predator 2 was more or less in the suburban area. It felt
Yeah.
otherworldly in the jungle where he was being hunted.
Yeah. No, I think Predator 2 is decent, but I mean, the best one is the first one.
Yeah, no, of the two, it's definitely the better one. And then after Predator 2, we got Alien 3, which, I mean, goes without saying. I like David Fincher a lot. I think he's a fantastic director, but this is definitely not a film by him. He definitely
They
had
didn't
lost.
let him direct that.
No, clearly this was made by the studio, and it's evident from a lot of the story choices and just a lot of terrible decision making. I
Was
actually
Ridley
think they
Scott still involved?
no, at this point, he and James Cameron were long gone. I
Well,
think
that,
the only
that, that
one,
is the issue, I
yeah,
think. If he had been involved, he could have kept the story going, at least with his weird philosophical aspect, but the story would have been successful.
yeah. And like you said, just killing off the likable characters from the second movie, like, yeah, it's a bold direction, but it's a direction not worth taking. They dialed back
Well,
on the aliens again, and even the prison planet is just so ugly and just not
it's so
really well
brown.
shot. And brown, like every time, it's a very ugly movie. Alien 3. I don't like looking
That's the
at
one
it.
with the dogs, right? The dogs,
Yeah,
cinema dogs.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think even if they wanted to do something in that prison planet, I think Newt should have been alive. It gives what's her name? Uh, Winona, right? No, not Winona.
that's in the
But
next one.
no, but what's her name? Ripley. It
Ripley, yeah.
gives her like a goal, right? Like she could become like Joel from The Last of Us, or it's an epic story. The hero has a daughter, and in the previous one, it was she gets discovered halfway through the film. It's not a whole film with them, so I think they could have done a lot more with Newt, and the possibility that maybe she was a hybrid or something, rather than what they did with Ripley.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree with that. But I mean, to be fair, and a lot of people always say like it's bold, but Resurrection was kind of fun. Like after a couple years of taking a break, and that had a
well,
script by
yeah.
Josh Whedon that I think it's decent. It's not great, but it's not. It could have been worse.
I think that's they went all in because that's where she becomes a queen and she's like half xenomorph, half human, and whatever, right? And she
It's
gets
definitely
cloned.
definitely the most ridiculous of the few. So that I agree with.
I don't even think that's canon today.
No, it's not. They just kind of tend to ignore it, and it's been the last one since Sigourney Weaver's been involved. Like I know they tried to get a fifth one going with Neil Blomkamp or whoever playing like, with
Oh,
Sigourney Weaver
yeah.
back, but I just feel like it's done. It's time to retire the Ripley role and not even bother anymore with
Is
it.
it? I
Yeah,
mean, a paycheck away. She already works with Disney, but she's been busy with James Cameron.
it's true. Yeah, on those Avatar movies. So I don't know. Maybe if she gets enough money, she'll come back. After all.
I mean, I think it depends where they want to take the franchise because I think after that one, obviously was a prequels, which I think they were interesting, but Ridley Scott couldn't finish those prequels.
But
And had
before
Alien.
we had those, we had the two Alien versus Predator movies from the early,
Yes, that's
and
true.
Predator didn't have any movies for like years. Like this is the first one since like the second movie, and that was
And
a
they were
decade
good.
later. The first one, I only Lance Hendrickson came back, and they definitely feel like their own thing. Like they don't feel connected to the two shows, more like the comics than anything. But I do give credit, like the first
Do you
one
like
too. Was
Requiem
also pretty.
better?
Pardon?
You like Requiem? That's the second one, right?
I,
Requiem
I I like that one more as a slasher film. The first one was definitely a sci-fi low cut
in
action
Alaska.
film
Yeah.
because it was PG-13. It definitely showed them together, but it didn't make them scary. The action could have been better. And it was more or less just one alien going against a couple predators than anything.
You know who directs that one?
The guy who ruined Resident Evil the first time.
Well, yeah, Mila Djokovic, husband.
Yeah,
It's PTA.
Paul W.S. Anderson, not Paul
Paul
Thomas
Paul
Anderson.
Publius Sanderson. It's similar. They have like the same last name and the
Yeah.
same first name. It's just the middle name that it's different.
And the fact he's still making movies to this day, I mean, has he had like one good movie in his entire film catalog?
Maybe not, but they have been semi-successful, and
I,
that's
sup-
all it counts.
I
Being on
suppose so.
budget, on time, and break even. That's a goal, right? So I think he's good at that. Clearly, or he knows too
Apparently.
many people.
Yeah, I have yet to see like one good movie he's done. Like he wrote all those Resident Evil movies in the
The
late
first one is
2000s.
not terrible. The first Resident Evil.
I'm sorry. I disagree. I think it's
It's
still
not
like
like the game, but I think as a zombie movie, it's not terrible.
if it was called anything but Resident Evil, maybe I
I
would have
know.
liked it a little
I'm
more.
saying as a film, executed wise, the script that he wrote is not. It's not Resident Evil, but as a film, I think the way it's constructed, that is his best film. Without acknowledging that he didn't do a good job at adapting it.
I'd argue like his Mortal Kombat movie might be his best film actually.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And he
Well,
also did
maybe
like oh he
Alien
also did
versus Predator.
Planet Horizon. Yeah, I guess. It,
Yeah.
yeah,
So then we had Prometheus.
after Requiem, and Requiem's just a slasher film. Like
It's
it's
in
just
the suburbs, yeah.
yeah, in the suburbs, your typical like aliens and predators coming to kill. Yes.
The
Before we
setup
got
is
to
great though, but they
yeah,
never paid it off with the
no.
half predator, half xenomorph,
Yeah.
because that's how the movie ends. They never
Which
paid it off.
I'm still waiting for that payoff. I like seriously, not to jump ahead, but Romulus should have did something like that. But we'll get into that in a moment.
Mm.
Before there was Prometheus, there was another Predator movie. The Robert Rodriguez produced one.
Shane Black.
No, Shane Black didn't direct that one. That was his name is Nimrod and Tell. He's Hungarian. I had to look him up on the side.
Which one was this?
This is the one with Topher Grace and Adrian Brody. They end up on a
Oh,
planet. It's the one people forget, but I like talking about it because I think it's a legit awesome movie. Like these hunters and predators who are now on a planet where they are battling one predator who's taking them one by
Eddie
one.
Brody of all people.
Yeah, no, if you can check it out, it's got a good
It's on
twist
Disney
to it.
Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. It's really cool and it's better than the Predator movie we got after, but no, it's a really, really good film.
I didn't know. I remember seeing this one, but I forgot about it.
That's okay. Like I said, it's the forgotten Predator movie because it came out in 2010 and it did decent, but I know people don't really remember it. And
Has like two writers.
Prometheus, that's a movie that people remember, and sadly, I remember it too.
Do you like it?
I'm not gonna mince words. I really cannot stand Prometheus. I hate it for the same reasons I hated Lost, where the potential in the story is there. And I know when the movie was coming out, they even said it was just going to be loosely connected to Alien. But I'm sorry, it always needed to commit to either. It either needed to be its own thing or it needed to be the proper Alien prequel. It couldn't decide on it.
It was a trilogy, though.
It was. It was a trilogy made in one movie, and it
No,
had
no,
a
no.
right. What do you mean?
The whole Prometheus, because there's a sequel that was meant to be a trilogy that would have connected to the Alien franchise.
But even still, the setup for it just never got paid off, and it just went in too many different directions because its writer Damon Lindelof is known for that. He's known
Yeah,
for starting these
Watchmen.
ideas but never finishing them. I never really respected. Even his Watchmen show had the same problem where
Yep.
he just basically has these script ideas and he gives it to a director who tries to make sense out of them but never fully commits. And it's too bad because it's well acted. It's just not there. Like it's just aimless. And even by the end, when spoilers, you do get to see alien prototype, you just don't care anymore. You don't care where it's going.
To be honest, I wish they gave Ridley Scott the chance to finish the trilogy. It could connect, but probably will never happen.
No, because he even seemed to ignore that stuff in the follow up Covenant, which just basically took all the characters that survived the last movie, killed them off except Michael Fassbender, and gave us a bunch of new ones and redid Alien again. Just had the same level of scare
Yeah,
or just had a more CGI alien run amok. And
I'm saying after Covenant, he could have tied it all together, but it'll probably
but he
never
didn't.
happen.
And the movie, like, I actually don't mind Covenant. I think it's a fine film in the series. I think there's a lot of good elements. It's just came out at a time when people
People
were
were
just kind of
tired.
getting they were tired of Alien. And to be honest, I feel for the movie because it literally had to do like a Rise of Skywalker, take something that wasn't popular and just try to rewrite it. But unlike that movie, I can't be too passionate because there was a legit effort to try and make
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think who knows, maybe they can go back to it, but because
Yeah.
I don't think, I mean, Alien Romulus, which is the next one, I guess, right? Or the Shane Black.
The Shane Black Predator movie. And yeah, we were in school when that movie was shooting too. And by God, what a disaster that was.
Tonally, it
Just
was off. Like he wanted to make nice guys with predators. I remember that.
or he wanted to just do another Marvel movie and
Iron
failed at
Man.
that. Yeah, he just tried to do Iron Man 3 again, give it a bunch of twists, give it some snarky humor that just didn't fit this franchise at all. Like it really tried to make it like a blockbuster um teenage kid friendly adventure when that wasn't in Predator's blood. And it's so odd because he worked on the first movie.
Yeah,
He was an actor in it and you'd think like, oh, I know how to make something like this, but all the directions were taken in the wrong. Like the test screenings were so bad that they had to go and reshoot the third act all over again. And I remember it because I mean, oh God, what was his name? Justin, our cine teacher, had to
yeah.
go back and work
Shout out
on
to
it.
him.
Yeah, shout out to Justin. I hope you're doing well, man. We miss you. And yeah, keep it real. But no, just back to Predator. It made me realize that Shane Black is better when he does his own original ideas
Yeah,
than franchise filmmaking because I don't even like Iron Man 3 for a lot of the same
that was
reasons
terrible.
that it
That
was
was terrible.
terrible.
It's the worst Iron Man.
I still think 2 is worse, just barely, but at least 3 I could see like elements of ideas, whereas 2 was just
Three, the
twist.
villain, they fucked him up.
Yeah, and they've tried to retcon him over the years, and I'm like, guys, just stop it. Like, you're not gonna make this guy
That
work.
is what makes it worse than the second one, in my opinion.
The second one's so forgettable, but we once Doomsday comes out, we should just dedicate a whole episode to like all the
Like
Marvel
12
movies.
months of
Yeah,
Marvel movies. Um, yeah, I mean, that one is also forgettable. I don't remember. That's also in the suburbs, I think. That
yeah,
Predator movie. That's
pretty
all I
much.
remember.
And the autistic kid saves the world. It's just bad, just bad. But then they got good. By 2022, Dan Trenchbach made Prey, and it was straight to Disney Plus. But it was awesome. It was a
You've seen it.
wonderful. If you can, definitely watch it because it's got talented young actors watch it in its native language because they actually shot the movie twice, once in English and once in Comanche,
Mm.
which is an Aztecian language. It is so cool and definitely really just
It's a prequel, right?
it is a prequel, but honestly, it's just its own standalone adventure. Like this is a different predator with different equipment and gear and someone fighting it in this time period, which again, that's all you need to do with a predator. Just have them
Fair
fight
enough.
something
I'll give it
else.
a shot.
And then yeah, definitely give it a shot. And then it was followed by a decent Alien sequel. Like Romulus is good enough, but I
Fede
can't say
Alvarez.
it's a great movie because I mean, you go first. Like, tell me why you didn't like it.
No, I mean, I just think it's inoffensive. I think it's okay for what it is. I think Fede Alvarez is a good director. I think his best work is the one. What's the name of the film? Be Quiet or
Oh, Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe. Yeah, I think that's his best work. Very tense, and the performances help him a lot. In this one, I just feel he played Alien Isolation, and he wanted to make that movie, but he couldn't, and he made like a weird hybrid.
To me, it's basically another Legacy sequel. Which I mean, yeah, you
But
can.
it is a prequel.
It is a prequel, but it's also a Legacy sequel
It's
where
like a
it's
requel.
somewhat. It's basically taking elements from all the past Alien movies, giving them a fresh take on it, making references. Like it's the Ghostbusters afterlife of the Alien franchise, where yeah, it's fine enough, and it's actually pretty good to get a new voice, but this is definitely like Force
Yeah,
Awakens or someone else's take on something they really like.
I
And
mean, I don't think it's offensive. I mean, and Ridley Scott was involved. I just think it was like, okay, it is what it is.
well, it is a little offensive to what they did to Ian Holm, let's be honest.
Oh, you mean they brought him back from the dead?
Yeah, that's pretty bad if I do say so myself.
It's bad, but get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it's just
And then
I
brings us
hate
to Badlands, right?
kind of. It also we didn't talk about the last of the Predator movies, the animated one. Well, we kind of did. I gave like a short spiel about it, Killer of Killers. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, Badlands. I am going to see it tomorrow, and I heard you actually ended up watching it. How was it?
I mean, I think it is fine for what it is. I mean, it's a popcorn movie. That's how I describe it. It's like a 6.57 out of 10. It's action packed. It's PG-13, but it's bloody. But they get away with it because there's no humans in it. So it's uh, sci-fi violence, I guess. So if you kill an alien, it doesn't matter if it's super bloody. Um, it's fun. It gives more of the lore of the predators and potentially could set up another ABP. Potentially.
Which is what
Um,
I'm looking for. Finally, this is it.
they did connect Wayland Wutani with the universe again because El's founding characters is a synthetic from Wayland Wutani. So they are connected in Disney, and I think Disney probably wants to build another crossover because they want money. I think the new Predator is not the same Predator design clearly, but it's an interesting movie. They sort of said that they wanted to make the Predator the main character and people to empathize with. And I think the director even went to James Cameron and asked him, "Hey, you did it with Terminator 2. Do you think I can do it?" And James Cameron apparently said no, but then when he saw the cut of the film, he was like, "You did it." So I guess they succeeded at that. It's just what they're building to. And the movie is about friendship, essentially.
Hmm.
Uh, and, it's a fun movie, but I must say it's a video game movie. What I mean by that is there's very little setup. Character goes to a planet, and they have to get something. They get to somewhere. They have to beat a mini boss, and then they have to beat another mini boss. So it's like very video game esque structure, but it's fine for what it is. I think the critics are over critic. acclaiming it, but it's not the worst film I've seen this year. It's actually very entertaining, but it is a popcorn movie, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
No, it does, and I'm excited to see it. But that's kind of the vibe I got from the trailers. Is it was just going to be a fun action adventure with Predator now being like the protagonist instead of like a human or the bad guy that he typically is.
Yeah, I think in this one, the whole premise is that his clan doesn't want him. He has to prove himself, but the way he gets out by because supposedly predators hunt alone. The way he gets by using Elle Fanning's character, which is really how the movie becomes in English, because the first 10 minutes are in predator language. I don't know what it is, and then she comes in and then she starts speaking English, and that's how the movie is hybrid, I guess. So she's a tool, and that's why they become friends, because she's not a human, so therefore he can hunt with her because she's just a tool like her his guns or whatever.
Hmm.
um, the sword is cool, it's a cool design, and like I said, the action set pieces are very well made. I think they want to set up stuff, but I think it has to do well, and that will determine its success and the future of the franchise.
Well, that's great, man. No, thank you for telling me about that. You got me hyped for tomorrow. You really got me hyped.
Yeah, I think it's a fun movie. Hopefully, you have not read spoilers for Act Three, because then it will ruin it for you. So stay away from the internet. But
Okay.
you're gonna have fun. Make sure you buy popcorn though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's a type of movie you need popcorn.
That sounds good to me.
But I'm sure you'll say something about it next week.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, I will. I'm excited to see it.
yeah, I think this covers most of the week. What are you excited for next week?
Next week, I think Zootopia 2 is coming out next week.
No, it's that third film from that franchise, The Illusionists, with or whatever, with Dave Franco, Mark
Oh, Now
Zuckerberg.
You See Me, that's coming out next
Yes,
week. That'll be fun
yes.
to check out. I like those movies.
I mean, it's the sequel nobody asked for, and somehow we're getting it.
Well, we're finally getting what the second film should have been. Now You Don't, because the fact they didn't have that for the last movie is just
Yeah.
pretty. But then we
Well,
also have
Running Man comes out next week, right?
yeah, Running Man with Glenn Powell. That I'm excited to see, especially because it's closer to the book.
It seems all right. Like, seems like November seems all right.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting Wicked. We're getting also, like I said, the shoot. I just said it, Zootopia 2. We're getting Wake Up Dead Man finally come to Netflix. We're getting the Adam Sandler movie, Jake
Stranger
Kelly,
Things,
Stranger Things. Yeah, so November's gonna be pretty packed, and I think people are gonna start going into the theaters
movies.
again. Yeah,
At least for Wicked and Zootopia, those things maybe could make $1 billion. It depends how Zootopia is written,
true.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But Wicked, I'm sure it'll make a lot of money upfront, but I don't know if it'll have the legs to make a lot of money all the way to Christmas and that season.
oh,
Because
it's
I
going
think
to. It's going
there's
to.
another musical coming out, the Hugh Jackman one.
Oh, that one. It's like a jukebox musical.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman, last time he came out with a musical in December, it made $1 billion, and he was not even well received by the critics. He has more charisma than Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. So, you know, if somebody can crack $1 billion, he's that guy with that smile. He's Wolverine for a reason. Till he's 90,
Till you're
apparently. So,
90. Yeah.
yeah. So, do you want to sign us off, my friend?
Absolutely. He's Andres Ramirez. You can follow him at Jaro2096. I'm the Zach Houston on Instagram. Give us a follow at below the line underscore 2025. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Yeah, just give us a listen if you need those easy listenings for what's new in the industry or what's happening for films and TV. And we'll see you next time. Have a good night.
And yeah, we'll probably will have import some cool updates regarding the future soon. So stay tuned. With that,
Definitely.
bye bye.
Bye bye. Have a good night.
Well, good day, good night, everything.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a great week, guys.
Bye bye.